run a trap like. Bitch, we run a trap.
Live from Irwindale, we welcome race fans one and all back to Green Flag TV, where today we get set to go racing over here at the Irwindale Speedway for the second seasonal Irwindale Derby presented by Green Flag TV. Hello one and all, and welcome to the show. My name is Nolan Ramble. Tonight I'll have Dylan Coyle reporting from behind the wheel, and we'll be bringing you all of the coverage from what could be a very intense night. It's a bit of a smaller grid than the last time around, but doesn't mean the race is going to be any less exciting. There is a lot to talk about entering this race, and we'll get Dylan's thoughts on all this in a bit. We'll start with the cars. Last time around it was only the street stocks. This time we mix in the Gen 4 Cup and the ARCA cars as well, and there is a big spread over who is driving what throughout the course of this field. The format remains the same. 3 heat races, which will end up being 1, will set the grid, a randomly selected grid for the heat. 10 laps the distance, and then we will go racing for 30 minutes for that main event. So we'll be getting ourselves sorted up here in just a couple of seconds for the starting grid here for heat race number 1, and the only heat race on the evening, as this practice session is going to officially lock itself on up. It is a demo derby. Anything goes. Eye gouging and eye poking included. Blows below the belt. If it's available on the table, you're allowed to do it. Here is your starting grid for the opening heat race. It is randomly decided, and Rob Marriott going to be starting on pole position with Ryan McRoberts beside him on the front row. Aaron Raymond, Dylan Coyle will be in 3rd and 4th. Brad Slego, Kenneth Young, 5th and 6th. Giovanni Romano, Dale Rapp in 7th and 8th. Julian Ballou and Nicholas Giampa going to wrap out a 10-car field in heat race number 1. This only to set the grid for that main event. Dylan, it's not going to be long before we get things underway. Real quick, let's get your thoughts on how we think tonight's race could pan out.
I have no idea. I've never been to a demo derby before. I've never participated in a demo derby, both in the real world and in iRacing before. I usually am really mad whenever I get a 1X or 2X or 4X, God forbid. Tonight, if I'm not sitting at 200X by the time that checkered flag falls, I'm going to be very disappointed. Oh, it's a standing start. Okay.
It is indeed a standing start, and the lights are flicking on as we'll get set to go racing for the Irwindale Derby in the second edition presented by Green Flag TV. We are underway, and a huge launch right out of the gate for Aaron Raymond. Takes the lead into the opening corner. Rob Marriott takes up the 2nd spot. Brad Slego is back in 3rd. He's going to give a shot to the shorts of the number 5. Got cars going around in the background as we fire across the jump for the first time this evening. That is Julian Ballou. That's been spun round in the back. Dale Rapp didn't knock it off the line well at all, and we've got Calamity for the lead.
Yeah, that might have been me. I might have spun him.
Well, it is getting all sorts of intense up here in this field as we try to get ourselves sorted, but for right now, we're going to keep things rolling as it is up on the racetrack as we fire our way back across the X. Brad Slego and Aaron Raymond side by side each for that race lead in the opening heat race here of the evening. 10 laps the distance, a crossover for Slego, trying to cut to the inside of the Oreos and Good Wrench. Number 3, Monte Carlo, a shot to the shorts again. It's on now fire right back to the inside. Raymond going to be looking to put that pressure back to him as we will continue to very steadily march our way through your race here tonight. And I can tell you right now, it's going to be a race of attrition here in this one, and we are having some slight difficulties with our timing software. We'll get all of that sorted hopefully by the main event, but for now, Raymond continuing to maintain his run in that race lead as Drivers fire across the X, and we've got the number 8 of Dale Rapp looking to create problems.
Yeah, I just completely lost it. It looks like a good fight up top.
Up at the top, it certainly is. You're missing out. Oh, Slago goes around in second spot. He's going to tank the K-rail. He'll get himself back sorted and fire across the X and across start finish as he will tick away lap number 4. You've got Aaron Raymond back up and over the jump. This time by will be closing out the first half of your opening heat race here tonight as Aaron Raymond going to try to put himself up. Meanwhile, the 7 of Kenneth Young falling to Julian Ballou in his street stock machine, and the 8 of Dale Rapp again trying to cause problems wherever he goes. He is just looking to stir the pot. Taking out the roll of Stefan Purcell as we work back around to turn 1.
Wait, Stefan's here?
No, he's not. It looks like Dale Rapp filling in for him on this one. Stefan Purcell wasn't able to make it out to the trip this time around to the Irwindale Speedway.
Ah, man, I would have loved to wreck him.
I feel you and a lot of other people. He was the wild card in our inaugural running of this event for season number 3 here in 2023 on iRacing. Time continuing to steadily march through. Aaron Raymond definitely pulling ahead with that race lead by about 1.8 seconds, and it's looking like nobody's going to be able to stop him up in front, as nothing so far has been able to slow him down. Julian Ballou in a fight now with Dylan Coyle himself for that number 4 spot right in front of him as they work across the X. And Coyle looking to get to the back bumper of Ballou this time by as we work around through turns 1 and 2.
I think oh boy. Okay.
Oh, hops over the
on.
top, and Dylan Coyle will be spun off and onto the front straightaway of the main oval. Ryan McRoberts will bail to pit road, and whoa, checking up a good chunk of the leaders there as the 7 of Raymond going around, and the 7 of Kenneth Young going around. And the second place, Giovanni Romano going to self-spin himself over in 3 and 4 as well. Raymond fires back across the X. He'll take up the final lap.
I was told I have wheel damage. How bad is it?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Raymond will fire across the X over the jump for the final time in the first and only heat race we've got here of the evening. And as Raymond cuts it in tight, he will take the heat race win. He'll be starting on pole for the main event. Only battle on the circuit between Marriott and Coyle himself. Dylan Coyle, you're looking to start up in the top half of this field. Got to keep that number 5 car at bay, and he is charging big time. Watch for the send here into that final corner. Not going to get there, and Coyle able to take up 5th place.
Hell yeah. Can't say that, can I?
Not quite. Well, that is heat racing complete. We got a little bit of warm-up ahead of us. We'll take a jump back. We'll try to get our own tech problems behind the scenes sorted. You're watching the second season of Irwindale Derby on Green Flag TV.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Well, we're back at the Irwindale Speedway for the second seasonal Irwindale Derby here on Green Flag TV. We have gotten our own issues sorted. We've got just under 2 minutes left to go. Just under 20 seconds left to go here in this warm-up session before we'll go get set to go racing for 30 minutes of racing action here from this figure 8 circuit. And of course, remember, same format as last season, meaning the race winner from Heat Race 1 starts all the way at the back. It's going to be a long road up the road to try to get yourself sorted up at the front of this field. Starting grid is going to be coming on up on your screens here in just a few moments as we'll take things over to the official race session. Here's how it lines up for your main event. Nicholas Giampo will start on pole position. Ryan McRoberts way down in second place. Dale Rapp was third with Kenneth Young in fourth. Rob Marriott in fifth. Dylan Coyle is sixth. Baloo seventh. Romano eighth. Brad Slagle and Aaron Raymond, the 1-2 finishers in Heat Race number 1, round out the top 10. Dylan, what do you think your chances are you could win this one here?
Oh boy, this is gonna be a difficult one to kind of tell. I'm gonna hope for a top 5. How about that?
Sounds like a good place to start. We'll see if you'll be able to maintain that top 5 at least. Well, you never know. I mean, this has been a race where we've seen people claw back 2 lap down gaps over in the initial running of this event way back in season 3 about 3 months ago. So the possibility is certainly there. It wouldn't be the strangest thing that's happened. We're just waiting on McRoberts and Giampa right now to grid themselves on up, and I'm not sure if they'll be able to make it. McRoberts will. Giampa will not make it to the call. So with that all said and done, it looks like we are about to get set to go racing here for the second edition of the Irwindale Derby. Green flag waves, and we are underway for the first time here in this main event. Firing off into turn number 1. Kenneth Young trying to maintain the run on the inside line. Rob Marriott trying to take that one around the outside. Constantina up through the opening corner, and it's a bit of a parking lot over out of that first corner. Across the X for the first time. Up in the top groupings, all looking steady, but the 5 getting turned. Here comes the 3. Working to the bottom. Slagle trying to go 3 wide to the middle. He's going to dump Kenneth Young right in the middle of the pack as he fire back across the X.
Oh, that was a lot of mayhem to start out here.
A lot of mayhem to kick this one off, but hey, it's a demo derby. What could you expect other than mayhem? Brad Slagle trying to keep it up with Dale Rapp. Rapp going to spin it around in the number 8 car, and he might be looking to be the calamity drivers who work back around their turn numbers 1 and 2. Coyle in a fight with Baloo and Marriott as, whoa, big trouble for Aaron Raymond. For Kenneth Young, spinning it around to the number 7 car. It got loose throughout the jump. Now, Marriott gets turned around over just over entering that opening corner. Across the jump for the first time here, though, in this one, and it's looking all sorted up near the front of this field. Nobody is opting to make any sort of really aggressive moves just yet, which is a little bit surprising, but I think for the most part, these guys are looking relatively clean. I say that, though. Dale Rapp's been turned over to turn number 3. We'll take a look on what happened here to Rapp entering this first corner.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what turn is which.
Well, how about this? 1 and 2 are the left-hand turns, and turns 3 and 4 are the right-handers.
Copy, okay.
And, oh, Slagle runs into the back of Young as Young piled across the racetrack. Now trying to keep Dylan Coyle at bay, and a bit of a hip check down in the turn number 1, hockey style, as Coyle bullies his way through into that number 2 spot. Here comes Giovanni Romano looking to the inside as well. Back across the X, and oh, big crash. Romano kicked up skyward. He'll land on terra firma and fall all the way back down to 6th.
This is some good battling. I like the hip checks.
And Brad Slagle immediately funneling down and into pit road. There is a limitation to the fast pairs this time around. Last time it was unlimited, not so much this season. This season, you have a limit of 10. Whoa, big crash for Kenneth Young again, finding himself actually upside down coming across the X. So this is what happened to Young as he was going across the jump. Coyle worked his way by, and then Young, oh, he got kicked up by Dale Rapp's car, flipped onto his side, and Well, that's what keeps us up and running now. Young just trying to create whatever melee he can as he spins himself out across the line. Dylan Coyle still running fights for that number 2 spot. Here comes Julian Ballou. He wants to stick one down the inside, and he'll steal that second place. Dylan, you going to take that from a street stock?
No, I gotta make my car wide and then cut down low, take off that inside, avoid a wrecking car, jump over the cross beam, and we're still fighting here.
Ballou back to the bottom. He'll take on that number 2 spot. It was a discussion before this race as to which car would be the best when you're in clean air, and it was determined the street stock probably going to be the best option out of anything because it's got that shorter wheelbase, lower horsepower, is more easy to control, and therefore a bit quicker in these corners as well. But Dylan's showing that you can definitely put the fight to it. Whoa! Hello! Look out for Dale Rapp as Rapp going to be pushed up and wide into turns 3 and 4. He'll drop right back down across the nose of Rob Marriott. And a huge collision coming across the line. Young kicked up into the air. Coyle spins down towards the infield, and Aaron Raymond will now lap the both of them. Sorry, he'll lap up to the 4th position now. Is now only 3 cars remain on the lead lap, and Raymond already has Marriott in his sights up the road.
I have no idea what happened there. I just knew there was 3 wide, and then there was another car to my inside, and there was a slow car in front. Just tried to avoid everyone.
Tell you what, if there's ever a driver that needs to be stopped, you'd think it would be Aaron Raymond, but so far, Raymond's been smooth sailing up the row. Nobody's opted to make any kind of moves to try to get around Aaron Raymond here, even stop that number 3 car. He's lapped almost the entire field, though, so if anybody's looking to stop him, I would expect guys like Kenneth Young to try to make a move. Julian Ballou, by the way, has gone to pit road. It looks like he's just going to call it the night here early on. And, whoa, Raymond taking the smart move as he actually slammed on the binders before the jump, saw covers coming, fire a shot across the bow.
Whoa.
And that keeps Aaron Raymond up in that number 1 spot.
I don't know what happened, but I think the 20 or the 7 or whoever tried to spin me out, and then someone came over my roof. This is wild, man.
It's a wild, wild race in the wild, wild west. Oh, the 5 of Marriott looking to run Raymond wide into turn 1. I think he's starting to realize who he's battling with here, and I'm surprised again that we're not seeing more drivers trying to take the fight to Raymond, as Raymond going to T-bone one of the street stocks further down the field. Oh, Marriott spinning around, and Raymond gets nicked. But again, he'll keep it going straight.
The 7 is a menace right now.
I'm not surprised. He's been a menace all day long. He's taken the step for silver. He's going to park it on the jump, and he's going to get drilled by one of the straight stocks. Believe that to potentially have been, I want to say that was Romano that nailed him.
Yeah, I'm about to come by him again. He's going to try and pin me up top, right? No? I don't know where he is.
I think he's trying to.
Okay,
oh, he spins the car out and nails you with the rear end.
Yep, he did that. And I got to slow down. Are you kidding me?
Oh, and reports coming in. Ballou got disqualified. iRacing disqualified Ballou, so I'm willing to bet potential wrong way driving involved in that deal. Unfortunate, but hey, black flags, they don't get cleared in this game, and it's looking like similar story potentially for Dale Rapp. He has taken a jump to the pits. We might be seeing him back out. Ryan McRoberts looking to come back out 5 laps down. Now, big critical thing, remember, of course, black flags are not cleared to the sim here, so you can do whatever you want, but if IRC tells you to come down to pit road, well, you got to come down to pit road. There's no 2 ways about that one, and we saw that cost a few people wins in the first run of this event, and we're already starting to see that cropping up again here in this event. Kenneth Young doesn't seem deterred by that in the slightest. He's taken the form of become a roadblock to a whole new meaning as they're going to collide again off of turn 4.
I'm mad that I have no good recourse to end his night or anything, because he just gets a reset and comes right back on.
Well, you have resets too. Oh, and Raymond drills the side of the 5 of Marriott, and that could actually spell the end to Raymond's run here, as Aaron Raymond now, because of that, believe he could be in some trouble. A lot of damage on the hood of that number 3 Goodwrench Camaro as he'll shoot to pit road, and that could finally allow for Giovanni Romano to come around and take up the race lead for the first time all night long. We could be looking at our first lead change since the opening 3 laps. Raymond quick in the box, only taking the quick compare before getting right back out onto the racetrack. Romano's got to really pick up the pace here if he wants to get up and around Aaron Raymond. Raymond working his way through. Romano back across the X. And it is looking like Raymond will just barely manage to maintain the race lead, but the gap is not nearly as big now as Romano looking to try to run him down. Brad Slagle also sits still on that lead lap as Raymond bombs it across the X in the good wrench Monte Carlo as he'll try to work his way up and around. Oh, and he's immediately going to get collected by Kenneth Young.
I had to come down into the pits after the 7. It's just a menace.
That's the idea. That's the idea. Be a menace. Be a problem for everybody on the racetrack. Raymond is back down at the end of pit road, so either a penalty or another quick compare needed to be served for Aaron Raymond. Brad Slagle, same story, allows for Giovanni Romano to pull out in front of the lead in the number 99. And Kenneth Young, you should really just keep a candle at him as he is, or a camera on him as he has parked that 7 car right smack dab in the middle of the X in the landing zone. And he backs it up for you, Dylan, so he let you through. We'll see if that'll be the same this time around as he is sitting right in the line of fire for these guys. He's backing up a little bit more. I think he's trying to set up to take out Romano here. Oh, Romano saw it coming. He's going to jump on the binders and just make a very lazy leap over and duck around the backside of him.
I just saw them like next to each other, and I kind of just ran in the middle of them both.
I'll tell you what, it's good demo racing. It's good figure 8 racing. Well, quote-unquote figure 8 racing. It's more demo derby racing that we're seeing at this point in time. But hey, that's the point. It's marketed as a demo derby. It's all the fun with it, and there you go. Coyle taking out race leader Romano. And we could see Romano now. He is going to have to be forced to pit road. You broke the front axle on the number 99.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Romano. I just, you have to do it. Oh, boy. How did I
Giovanni
not...
Romano in big trouble now in that number 99 as the whole left front toe has been knocked out of that thing. Brad Slagle running him down, looking to take up the race lead here. Slagle came close to winning this race last season, was just, unfortunately, just missed the mark, and now as Romano comes to pit road, he will now lead the second inaugural Irwindale Derby as we hit 20 minutes to go.
This is, a mess. This has been fun.
That's the
Just
point. It's the point. It's the point. It's for it to be a mess.
I can't imagine.
If you came expecting good driving standards, you came to the wrong place.
That's true. Why would I come to Green Flag TV? I'm kidding. I love you, Nolan.
Oh, don't let the OMS Relics Xfinity Series here say that.
Oh, okay. If they want to feel that way.
Brad Slagle continues to work his way around the racetrack. Now has almost a lap on Romano after Romano had to come down to pit road. Aaron Raymond looking to apply the pressure to the back of the Slagle. Oh, gives him a little bit of a nudge, going for the bump and run into turns 1 and 2, but it was both of a short track bump and run, not one to put too much damage on that number 3 car. He'll fire back around to the opposite side of the racetrack and power sliding that number 3 through the final couple of corners back across start finish. Raymond will successfully unlap himself and now can focus on trying to reel in Slagle over the next little while. Good news is he's got a lot of room where he can make that time up.
Yeah, right now it feels like I don't see anybody on my same lap. Just a lot of red and a lot of blue.
There is nobody on your same lap. You got 1 car a lap behind you, and then everybody else is 2 laps in front of you.
2 laps in front of me?
Yeah, 2. Count them.
All right. It's time to be a menace.
Well, you're looking for Slug, Romano, and Raymond. You didn't hear that information from me.
I'm looking at my relative. I see.
Oh, boy. Well, less than 20 minutes left to go as time continues to slowly tick away. Slagle leads from Romano. Aaron Raymond sits just in front of Slagle and is trying to remain on that lead lap. It looks like Slagle is looking to cut him a bit of slack here to keep Raymond on that lead lap. So Raymond really trying to keep the street stock machine of Slagle down at bay as, whoa, Dylan just narrowly avoiding disaster in the X that time through.
I don't know if that was more disaster or like trying to cause trouble.
Well, so far things have really seemed to tame down. We've only got 6 cars remaining in this race as Rapaloo and Young have all decided to pull it down and out of this race. McRoberts, Mariah, and Coyle are the 3 drivers that are on the lead lap. Slagle, Romano, and Raymond, the 3 that are leading the way in this second seasonal Irwindale Derby. Bit of a lower turnout, I guess that's what I get for hosting this on not only Labor Day weekend, but of course on the weekend of the Southern 500. Should have looked at the NASCAR's calendar before I decided to put this up. Who knows? Maybe we'll be better when we get around to the Christmas season. We try this all over again. I think for good measure, to up the aggression for next season's Irwindale Derby, what do you think, Dylan? Putting Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You on blast over the driver comms for 30 minutes.
I think that would be amazing.
The one thing that would concern me would be copyright issues. That would not be ideal. Wishful thinking, though. Wishful thinking. We'll get the 8-bit version. That'll be better.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I just accidentally went into the pits, so I had to go through there the whole time.
Oh, well, I wouldn't recommend that. You're down 3 laps now, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, you know, or maybe I do this. Come on, come on!
You missed. Swing and a miss.
Yeah.
That was an effort. I'll give you points for that one, but I won't give you points for a strike. We'll see if you can get him around this time through as Giovanni Romano still trying to run down Slagle. The gaps between the top 3 have really extended out, but critically, Slagle's been losing time to Raymond in particular. Raymond's rode in about 2 seconds over the last little while, but the problem is, 2 seconds gained for every 3 minutes on the clock. That's not enough to get him by the end on pace alone.
How much time's left? I don't even...
16 minutes. 16 minutes left on the clock.
Okay. All right, how about this? To the 3.
Well, you did not impede him at all. You only hurt yourself.
All right.
Oh, well, one of the straight stocks, Ryan McRoberts was just sent fired across the X. Did he ramp off your hood there, Dylan?
I have no idea.
I'll get a view on it here this time around as he was coming up and around the corner.
There's no sunroof, so...
Oh, it was not. He nailed Romano.
I do feel Raymond right here. Oh, I'm not okay with that.
Oh, did Raymond do you dirty?
A little bump and run.
A little bump and run's fine. It's not a smash and sprint.
That's fair.
Oh, and Slagle, the race leader, collides with McRoberts at the X. So that's going to cost him several crucial seconds here. Allows Romano to wheel himself in. We are halfway home, 15 down, 15 to go. Well, Dylan, it's looking like your hopes of a top 5 are coming to fruition here. As again, you'd have to lose 3 more laps in order to find yourself out of the top 5.
Hey, we're only halfway through, and I've lost 3 laps in the first half.
So what I'm hearing is you can
Anything's
find a way.
possible. Yeah.
Is that a challenge to lose the top 5?
I don't know. This is getting a little bit boring here. I might have an itch.
You might have an itch? Well, scratch it.
What are you, MWR? Richmond 2013?
Well, you never know. We make references from time to time.
All right, we got the leader behind me, and then second place is only like 5 seconds behind him.
Yeah, 5.5 actually be exact for Romano, and Raymond's another 10 back from there. Raymond's closed in about 14 seconds at this point at his closing rate. Now, granted, that was with Slagle being spun around. I think if Slagle has turned 1 or 2 more times, he could very well find himself in trouble by the end of this race here. That was your cue. There you go. There you go. Yeah. How? You had to put the throttle down. Wrong driver. You just nailed. You just took out Rob Mario. What did he ever do to you?
I don't know. I wasn't trying to wreck out him. There we go.
You weren't trying to wreck somebody out in a demo derby?
Did you not see what I just did?
No, not at all.
Well, you just missed the 3 absolutely take a tumble off my roof.
Oof. Well, we'll get a look on what happened to Aaron Raymond then, working around through the X this time by as he was looking to fire himself across the jump. Sure enough, there's a slowing coil, and yeah, went for a huge tumble. 2, 3, 4 rolls across the X and down to the opening corner. That sends Raymond down to pit road.
It is incredible how much quicker I feel like the street stocks are. Just like, they're more comfortable. They're slower.
Well,
I should have thought of that. I mean, we did say that.
Well, you have to remember as well, they are meant for short tracks. You know, this maybe not figure racing in specific, but the type of track we're racing on for this particular figure 8 is suited more to the street stock style than it is for ARCA or Gen 4 cars.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah, this is getting a pretty good battle up front.
It is. Giovanni Romano has steadily reeled in Brad Slego over the last little while. They're separated by about 0.3 of a second now as Slego works his way up and around into the opening corner here this time by. Slego looking to keep applying that pressure as he'll fire across the X. There goes Marriott off the road in front of him. Slego continues to work through 3 and 4, and now he's got, he's got the likes of Giovanni Romano less than 2 seconds behind, and Romano can see Slagle up the road. He has been trying to close him in more and more over the next little while, and now he'll have to get up and around the 96 of Ryan McRoberts as we work across the X, but McRoberts not looking like he wants to move out of the way willingly. He will get around him, though. The gap is under a second, so the battle's on for the lead, and Slago hits pit road. So Brad Slago will work into pit lane, and that gives the lead up to now Giovanni Romano.
Oh, there's some bad blood between the 5 and the 3.
I'm not surprised. They've been going after each other for a little while. Raymond gonna get back, and Marriott hooks him in the right left rear. That was the right rear quarter panel, excuse me. It's Aaron Raymond taking down Marriott as he'll work his way up and around for that 3rd spot. You got a front row seat to all of that beef there, Dylan. When did that all start?
It had been going on for the last lap and a half or so, and it just came to a head. They were side by side and didn't want anything to do with it. Oh, boy.
Aaron Raymond tracking wide in turn 4. Looks to work back across the start-finish line, but for now, it's looking very much sorted in this race. Brad Slagle has fallen to 2nd, and he is about half a lap now behind behind Giovanni Romano. So that, I think, is what is weighing on Slagle the most, right? Because when he's working through 3 and 4, Romano is on the other end of the X, working through 1 and 2. So for Brad Slagle, he's got to try to find something and faster. He's only got 10 minutes to make up 13 seconds.
I'm going to ask if anyone, if I help someone, if they'll split their share of the winnings.
Oh, playing allegiances, are we?
Maybe.
Well, let me know how that one works out for you.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
You don't want to. You don't want to become a mercenary in the Irwindale Derby?
No, I don't want to become a mercenary for hire. I think that needs to be discussed. Off screen, off the broadcast. I can't hurt my credibility,
Well, you're racing here. What do you think that's doing for you?
All right. You're broadcasting it. You're
right,
it.
And I'm hosting it, and I'm paying for it. You're here for free.
This is true. This is true. Oh, look at that. That was naughty.
Do tell. Just avoiding a Raymond across the jump there as looks like Rob Marriott trying to stretch his legs up and clear. We don't have anybody, by the way, within 10 seconds of each other. Romano is getting impatient here as he's trying to find his way up and around. Slagle still trying to track down that number 99 car. 14 seconds now is the distance with under 9 minutes to go. It's looking like nothing could really stop Romano here unless someone were to go and take him out. He's got Marriott just up the road. You mentioned Marriott has had some bad blood with a couple drivers on the race here in this one. Aaron Raymond, of course, being the most notable of those. So could we see the number 5 get in the way? Not quite. Well, he's going to hold up Romano, but he's not going to look to take him out. And Romano
I feel like everyone,
8 minutes to go.
I feel like everyone's too afraid of getting their hands dirty.
I wonder how many fast pairs are left. I might be playing in on some of these drivers as well. There is a limit on that now.
I've got 8 or 9 left.
So less than 8 minutes remaining. Brad Slagle sits in the number 2 spot. Aaron Raymond back in 3rd, and he's still running a lap down. Coyle for 5th, Marriott in 5th, and Ryan McRoberts wraps out the field of cars that are actually on the racetrack, running 7th and so far last in his number 96. This is too tame for a Derby race. We should, I don't know, you should find some rule to sweeten the pot or something like that. Maybe a mandatory, mandatory joke of going to the pit road doesn't really work when you're in a demo Derby race because you're coming to pit road a few times anyway.
I'm not sure. I do think more people would be would have
Probably.
been great.
I think you're right. I think the slight lack of an audience here could be having something to do with that. And Romano taken out by Aaron Raymond. There we go. Raymond got spun, waited on Romano, and now here comes Slagle looking to fire his way up around the racetrack. And all of a sudden, this race lead is kicking off once again as Raymond playing spoilers with Romano here, holding him up. Here comes Slagle working around that final corner. And now Slagle side by side on top of Romano. And he can stay on top of him. Raymond helps out Slagle, and Slagle through to the race lead.
All right, keep doing that, guys. Keep doing it.
Well. I don't think Romano was expecting that at all. That was a WWE-style tag team move there from Slagle and Raymond. Remember, they're both in the same league. Slagle and Aaron Raymond, they both run in the same league. Giovanni Romano was not in that one, so Slagle and Raymond are actually in another Discord server elsewhere. They are directly communicating with each other. That was premeditated.
That is wild. Now I'm like worried.
That is phenomenal.
I don't want to get any of their destruction. You know, they can start taking each other out.
And now Slagle's a lap ahead of anybody. Raymond's the next closest driver, 2 down. So Slagle would need to have somebody else to take him out, and that might cause problems. Romano's right in front of Slagle, so this isn't over here, this fight.
I don't want to be involved.
I would back off that a bit from where you are, because the fireworks are about to kick off at the Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah, and Raymond's catching up, too.
Raymond indeed trying to close in the gap. But remember, he is 2 laps down with only 5 minutes on the clock. He's effectively down and out of the fight. Romano is still on the lead lap. So he does have the potential here to go and take this spot away from Slagle. If Slagle has even one bad spin, it allows Romano the space he needs to try to pull clear. But as it stands, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Brad Slage's too far in front, and with Aaron Raymond looking to spoil the party for anybody that tries, it might be game over.
I've been on the same tires all race.
Well, most people are. It's only 30 minutes. You don't really need to change tires, I would hope.
Well, also, I think we got to remember, and this is just excuse territory 101 for me. It's open setup, so... You know,
it's a derby race.
Right. Well, it's a derby race, but you're also trying to get around as quickly as possible and avoid anything if you can.
But it's a derby. Why do you need a setup? That's why I made it open setups in the first place instead of the fake setup we had last round. I figured, well, setups aren't going to matter so much. It's a derby race. The setups are ruined after about 2 trips over that jump anyway.
All right. Let me excuse it up for being 4 laps down.
I'm not going to let you excuse it up. Giovanni Romano still sits the last and only other driver on the lead lap other than the race leader, Brad Slagle, with less than 4 minutes to go. He has been able to pull out in front of Slagle, but nobody's been able to get close to him. I think if Slagle is going to have anything go down for him, it would have to come in the form of more lap traffic.
Well,
that's a wall. That is a wall, Dylan.
That was a failed attempt at payback.
I saw. How's the car? How's the right side feeling after that?
I got wheel damage.
Boy, well, you just fired a shot across the bow of Brad Slagle as Raymond's again spun it around in the in turns 1 and 2. Oh, he's waiting on somebody, Raymond is, because he's slowing up on the racetrack here. He's waiting on somebody. He's waiting in the X. I think he was waiting on Romano because Romano drove around the left side of Raymond, didn't give him the time of day, and immediately after he passed by, Raymond took off. So he's trying to take out Romano for a second time.
Oh, no. the 5 is catching up to me on this lap.
Oh, Raymond backs it hard into the wall down in turn number 1. Giovanni Romano fires across the racetrack as Brad Slagle, now with only 2.5 minutes left to go, continues to try to put down the laps and try to get up and around this racetrack. Romano will dump Aaron Raymond in turn 2. Allows for Giovanni Romano to pull a bit further clear for that number 2 spot. Oh, not for lack of trying, though. Raymond is definitely looking to take out Romano again before the end of this race with only 2 minutes left on the clock. He's trying to make sure this is finished. So I think Raymond realizes that if Romano takes that white flag and is still in the lead lap, it's not going to be over until the checker flag. But if Slagle takes the white flag and Romano's a lap down, it's over.
Giovanni Romano in the 99 is very upset on the radio about feeling like, whoa!
Oh, whoa! And Aaron Raymond fires across the top of Dylan Coyle. That's going to strand him upside down. That could be game over for Raymond's attempts. He is stuck on his side in turn 2.
I'm going to lose 5th or 4th.
Oh, you very well might. Yeah, your mode is spoken. You got to come down to pit road, my friend. As Brad Slagle will work his way up and around the racetrack, will he give some assistance to his teammate? He will not. Raymond is still, by the way, kind of fishtailing that number 3 car. He's trying to get himself back righted by turning the wheel left and right. He's rocking the car. Not having a lot of success, though. So Aaron Raymond going to be stuck 6 laps down. Coyle, this isn't over. You get back out there. You can get around Raymond. He's still stuck in the side. He's on the same lap as you now.
Oh, man, this is going to be an interesting last few laps.
Slagle looking to give a bit of a bump to the back end of his teammate, trying to right him. It wasn't successful. He can't wait too long because he still has Romano to worry about further behind. And I think this time around, he'll be looking to take that white flag at the stripe. 30 seconds on the clock. It's going to be close here if this is actually going to be for the win or not. Now 20 seconds left. Lap times are about 20 seconds, so I don't think it's going to be the white flag lap. I think this is 2 to go as it stands. He'll fire across the X for what could be the second to last time. Works his way up and around in towards turn number 4. And back across start finish. Does anybody have anything to stop Slagle from taking the race win as he starts the final trip around in the second seasonal Irwindale Derby? Working through turns 1 and 2. Raymond still stranded on his side. Now 9 laps down. Romano tried to take him out in the 1 and 2. It didn't work, though. Slagle still upright. He'll work around through 3 and 4. And with nobody able to put anything to the L52, Brad Slagle wins the second seasonal Irwindale Derby. The $30 prize will go to Slagle. Romano will finish it up in second as the final driver on the lead lap, and that is going to be a wrap then on the show here tonight. Raymond is the last driver we have that is yet to finish as Slagle going to try to flip up and over. Romano will give some last minute assistance as well. That gets Raymond righted, and he will be the last driver who will have to wait to cross the line. But that's going to do it then for our show here here for the second season of Irwindale Derby, and here is how the results shake on up at the end of the night of this 30-minute race. It is Brad Slagle to take the race win, and the $30 prize, the $10 consolation prize, will go to Giovanni Romano. Rob Marriott will bring it home on the podium in third, 6 laps down with Dylan Coyle in fourth. Raymond was fifth, McRoberts 6th, Rapp 7th, Kenneth Young in 8th, Julian Ballou was in 9th, and Nicholas Giampa not opting to make a start here in this race. So, Dylan, well, what a race for us here tonight, and I have to say, I think a successful running of the second race that we've had of this event.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
All
That's
right.
all you have to say on that one?
I just wanted to end like this. I just wanted to end like this. With my car on the side. I'm very mad. I could have gotten a podium there, but Rob passed me and it was ahead by just 8 seconds on the last lap. But that was fun. That was fun. Would have liked to see it with more guys, but hey, it was an enjoyable time.
There's always the third running of this event, and there will be a third, rest assured. For now, though, on Green Flag TV, that's all the time we're going to have time for one night. Tune in to Monday night for our double header, where myself and Austin Edstrom we'll be bringing you, we will not be bringing you the High Tide Racing League Cup series. It'll only be the Pro Car Concepts Road Challenge series for race number 3 at Detroit Belle Isle for the LMP3s and GT4s this coming Monday. Dylan, you'll be back with me for race number 9 for the OMSRL Xfinity Series at the Nashville Fairgrounds. The Beer League kicks off their 4th race off the Edgestrom. Will be back with me there. Kansas Speedway will be up next at the Speed Cup Series as they continue to march further and further in. And then, of course, we return to Texas Motor Speedway on Saturday for race 22 of the TNGG IEL Truck Series. For now, though, that's all we got time for 1-9. Thank you for joining us on Green Flag TV for the second running of the seasonal Irwindale Derby. We'll see you hopefully next time. If you're tuning in for just this one event, we'll see you next season. Until then, I'll see you all on Monday night.